Alright, I'm back with a little bit of an update here in the Rio Grande War. And we're on turn number 6. We just turned that marker on over there. And here's what has happened since we last looked at the map. The big old force under Escobarro was eliminated. Bazine, his big old force, came out of Monterey. And it took about 3 or 4 action points. One thing about this game is if the defending units have the battlefield advantage, they can withdraw. So you got to waste another action point to chase after them. It took about 3 or 4 tries. Well, I'd say 3 assaults to finally clear out his units. And Escobarro was eliminated. But I guess in this game, eliminated can mean wounded or illness, because on our event, Viva Juarez, replace and deploy eliminated Allied leader. So that's what we did. That's what he's doing up there on the Pacific coast. He was redeployed. But after Bazine, there's Bazine right there, took care of those units, he used some more action points to come on down here with his force. Now I dropped some units off on my way at each one of these fortresses. I left Bazine there at Mexico City. We got that one. Garrison the most. Some Confederate units down here. And down here, old Custer ain't gonna be able to get down there. Well, he probably could, but it takes a while to get to these jungles. A lot of his units might take the road on round. But knowing that, we got this protected with the zone of control, but it won't last long. Just a little bit of a delay in action in case Custer decides to move on down the Caribbean coast some more to Veracruz. But there is a situation. Like I said, I took little Bazine's forces and spread them on down here to protect our lightly defended fortresses. And then his force that we had all the way up here, I brought him on in to reinforce Monterey. But there you go. We're getting ready to have us a Union turn. They have the Allied side has naval superiority again, and there were some restrictions on the French units, I think. Well, we'll get to that. But anyway, I brought these units on in here, Mexican Republic units, and built this up for maybe a nice little foray down the Pacific coast to get some ports. But the Imperial units, Mexican Imperial MI, boosted up the old port ahead of time in anticipatione. Alright, I think that's going to be about it. We will be back. We are watching old Alexander in Pacific War. It's not just a game, it's a way of life. Oh man, it had to be retirement days. And like I said, I just so happened it's a Monday, a rainy Monday, and we got canceled. So that's one good thing. Sometimes my springs are more slower than my winters. But hey, we ain't gonna complain about that here. We'll be working plenty. Like I said, I only worked 4 days last couple weeks because of rain, and I still got overtime. So, all right, we're going to take a nice kickback day. Enjoy some wargaming. A little bit of Rio Grande War, maybe. Well, not maybe, of course. Back over to Midway Solitaire. Hope you guys are having fun. Happy gaming, wherever you're at. All right, after all said and done for the Allied action points generation, they are maxed out as much as we can get. 15. These are each 3 points apiece. We have 12 of them. So there you go. That leaves us with 3 action points, but man, that is a force and a half. So therefore, I'm thinking about pulling them right on into Custer and just launching an attack on Mexico City. I got another Allied force up there on the Pacific coast ready to come on down, be a nice little 2-prong attack. Could be a real quick game. Could be a totally lame Imperial defense on my part. So like I said, if I had an opponent, he might do things differently. But yeah, now the only thing is, when I use all those action points, I only have 3, or when I spend all those action points on reinforcements, I only have 3 left for the assault. And I've already seen, it could take a while, but that's a pretty nice force. Another nice force here is with old Sheridan. He's got a force and a half, and he hasn't even moved yet. So we're kind of getting this game going on without even using our main body. So we'll see. It's just a hex and counter game. Like I said, it's got a lot of options. But that's another thing. We get naval support again this turn. So there you go. We get to use that one also, but that's mostly going to be used for a support along the coast. I was thinking about also putting these units in the staging area, and then bringing them on the northern map and capturing Corpus Christi with them, and just garrison these towns, Christie, Brownsville, and Matamoros, and then just using this force here to head on down and help with old Custer. Or I could put, I don't know if Custer's got this is stacking limit. Well, I'll have to see what Custer's limit is, or how many units he has with them. If we can even fit all these guys in there, but they're just brigades. You have a 12 division stacking limit per hex. U.S. divisions count as 2. So, what to do. That is what we were doing right now, looking on over. We'll be back with our decision. Alright, well, correction. It is 12 units per hex. And divisions count as 2. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, he could take the infantry. I cut him down to just 3 instead of 4 infantry veteran brigades. I cut him down to just 3, so that gives me 6 action points left. That's plenty. I'm gonna let me see if I do this right. I'm gonna keep these guys out for right now. 1, 2, 3. Do it the right way procedurally. We're not deploying them yet. We just bought them. Again, our purchasing might not be done, so I think that's what I'm going to do with them. We're going to go for broke with Mexico City. We'll worry about these ports and other things later. We got a good shot at getting the main prize. So let me see if I want to buy anybody else with my remaining 6. I want at least 3 or 4 action points for marches. The rest of them I think I might be used to get me some tactics. We'll be right back. Alright, so for my purchases, I'll get me 3 veteran brigades, U.S. infantries, 2 tactics markers, and 1 supply unit. That will be -3 from 6, because we started with 15, -9, 10, 11, 12, so we go down another 3 from 6. That'll leave us with 3 action points left. Tactics markers. Go into the tactics box. Our supply and our infantry units. We're going to go there with Custer. We'll be right back. Make sure we still got our stacking limits. All is good. Supply markers don't count. Either do leaders. Alright. Old Tampico. Strategically, probably the most important spot on the map. Here we go. Bringing in our reinforcements via the Caribbean, because we have Allied naval supremacy. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to do this. But here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, one more from max stacking limits. Little Custer. Armed to the hilt. Cavalry, infantry, U.S., some scouts. Might leave the Marines back at the port. Yeah, we'll just go on from there. Leave it at that. We'll be right back. Alright, well, that'll take care of that phase. And we're going to take advantage of these little column markers. They kind of declutter up the board. And you'll notice that not in the column is Regiment of Marines. We'll keep those at Tampico. Because you got to keep these areas garrisoned. I don't get credit for neither of these ports, which is going to be high on my priority list. But yeah, this is kind of like a little bit of that Midway Solitaire. Old Column Gulf represents a group of troops And it just happens to look underneath here. And the old golf column. There you go, Custer. He's got his cavalry with him. Infantry, some scouting cavalry, engineers, and a supply. So this comes in kind of handy. Kind of neat the way they do it. Now they do have them listed here though, as names. I don't know if you name them yourself or whatever. I'd use it probably as column 1, column A, B, or C, but they got them listed. Whatever old Norte means. In the same way up here. Reserve, Central, Expeditionary, either or. Golf column seems to fit this one, so we'll go ahead and use that. Oh, what are we looking for now? I think it is marching phase. Let's get over here. Allied. Action point determination recruit we did. Now we will march. Movement segment, combat segment. Easy enough in this medium complexity game. Alright, there you go. We'll see who wants to move. We only got 3 action points left. So, way back. Alright. The Allies are ready for their marching phase. And they're going to concentrate their resources and attention on Custer and his golf column. So with our first action point spent, we will move a column of supply. And it's kind of wasting an action point, but there's a plan. There's always a plan. There you go. We'll get him out of here. Contributed from old Wallace's force. And he will go 1, 2. Let me see here. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. He won't quite get there. So that'll take care of that action point. We'll spend another action point here. And we will move that force into column A, our golf column. And we'll put him over here with a little Custer. We'll make sure we give him enough resources for his next move. Alright. And then, with our final action point, we will move the golf column 1, 1 and a half. We'll replace that with this. And we will move the combatants up. Over here. And this is what the board will look like. There you go. We're on it. Marines are still there. Thank you, Wallace, for the supply. It'll come in handy in our assault on Mexico City. Be back. Alright, little flyby. Our nice little table here. We got our recruits, so you can't see it. We got our tactics, we got our eliminated upside down leaders for the Imperial side. Here we got there you go, recruits. All set to go, and here's the tail of the tape. Old Bazaine versus Custer. He's got himself some composite infantry, French versus U.S. 1800s. Custer's got his good old cavalry. I don't know how good they are against the fortress. Bazaine's got some engineers, won't help him on defense. Oh, we got some Belgian cavalry. Some U.S. veteran. These are all veteran units for the U.S. against veterans from the Civil War. Belgians. Veterans from Algeria, Africa. Oh, we got down here more infantry, and then some Imperial Mexican composite Mexican city defenses. We got us a scout and our much needed engineers for the siege. There we go. And we got us some good old shifting needed supply units. Also, we'll employ some tactics. And we have tactics we could use. His tactic has to do with an attacker, so he'll be tacticless. Alright, we will go about the battlefield advantage for the battle for Mexico City. Be back. Alright, so we're going to get ready for the battlefield advantage die roll. Sorry about the noisy computer. I'm surprised that thing's still live. I need to take it into the shop. But I had to set her on down. Alright, we're going to get our little die ready to go here. Oop, yep, he's asleep. He's been a big day. Plus it's raining out. He can't go outside and get all muddy. We'll be right back. Alright, battlefield advantage die roll. You get a +1 for your leaders. We both have that, negates us. Another +1 for veterans, so that negates us. They both have them. Next thing is players, one or more leaders. We both have. Contains one or more veterans. We both have. Tactics marker. And no, Bazine is tacticless, but the U.S. has a tactics marker. So Custer's gonna use some tactics and get a +2 on his die roll. So we'll go over here. White die, Allied, blue, Imperial. +2 to the Allied die roll, and he gets it with his tactics. Alright, tactics made a difference, and believe me, in this game, battlefield advantage is everything. Alright, all these units here get to fire first. Anybody that survives the withering fire can fire back. And hopefully we take care of them in one combat, because we have no more action points. But there will be modifiers. He gets a 3 shift to the left for being in a fortress. So let me straighten out the modifiers, find our base number. We'll be right back. Alright, we got a base number of 36. I forgot what it was, what the base number was. Hold on a second here. The base number is 38. That's total factors under Custer's command. So we're under the 36, 34 column. We will come over here to column shifts and supply shifts. Each player may expend the player that does have the battlefield must declare first. Alright, the player that does not have battlefield advantage. Unfortunately for Bazine, he has no supply that he could use on the shift, so he won't be doing anything. We will spend a supply unit back here in the recruit pile, and we will shift. Oops, full pile almost. There we go. All right, we will shift it one over here to the 45 column. We need as much as we can get. Let me see here. Supply shifts, naval support shifts. Unfortunately, I don't know what I was thinking earlier, but Mexico City ain't gonna have no naval support. It's not along the coast. So that is that. But we do have one available to us. Alright, let's go over here. Naval supply ships, attacking engineers and fortresses. And engineer is part of the force it is. So unfortunately for us, we're maxed out. Alright, terrain shifts. This is where the fortress comes in. That'll be a 3 their way. 1, 2, 3. Alright, our final table, 21-27. Custer rolling 1 die, looking for some big casualties. See what we can do here. Oh, I don't know if that'll do it. Alright, 2 is 4. 4 hits. We must take. This is a step, so that's 1. I don't know if I want to eliminate him. Oh, 1. Oh, 2 to eliminate him. Let's see, a 3. 2. Okay, there's 2 here. 2 steps lost. How many? What is the die roll? 2. We got 2 more steps. We got. We don't want to eliminate no one if we don't have to. Oh, you gotta eliminate him. He's only a 2er though, so eliminate him. So that's 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Alright, there you go. We have enough surviving to fire back. Alright, here we go then. 1 step loss, 2, 3, 4. And he will go into the French recruitment pile. Oh, he's got to go down there a ways. We got some strong units way ahead of you. You might have to go all the way to the bottom. Yep. Alright, let me straighten this out off camera. We'll be right back. Alright, well, no capturing of Mexico City for Custer this round. We're going to fire at him with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If I counted that right. Hold on a second. Alright. Luckily I had my socks off so I could use my toes. We have 14. Firing them with 14. Oh, now how do we do this? Column shifts, 14. That'll be our base number. Hold on a second, I gotta work this out. Be right back. Alright, well, we have to put a total skid or brakes on this attack. I don't know how to signify that, but with the hold on a second. We're attacking across a freaking all lake hexide. We might have to do this all over, which is fine. It's fine. That's one thing we like about this channel. We are a stickler for the rules. So I don't just gotta look at things, I guess, with all the counters on there. But yeah, we will have to check that out real quick and maybe do this all over. We'll be right back. All right, we won't have to do it all over again. We just gotta change the way we came on in. And our slowest unit was our supply unit, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, so we can still get there and still commence our attacks. So all the attacks will be good. We will pick up where we left off with the Imperial suffering 4 hits, getting ready to fire at the U.S. Custer's attempt failed, so he's gonna be out to dry. Unfortunately, though, he's got supply. But now we gotta go through the Imperial fire phase. Like I said, everything's still good. I was about ready to do it all again, but yeah, we can't attack across here. I am thinking, though, if I would have brought my little Marine unit with me, we might have been able to do some amphibious assault, but that's another animal entirely. And we'll just do it this way, stick with our plan of keeping them here. So like I said, 1/2, 1, 2, 3. Our slowest unit was a supply unit, so that's our maximum movement. We can still battle with adjacent hex. You don't have to battle in this game with all the hexes next to you, so there you go. We'll be right back. Alright, continuing on with our battle for Mexico City. Old Bazine has some surviving units near firing with a base number of 14. I believe it's 13. Let me see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Now we're for column shifts. Oh. None for the Imperials. They don't have no supply. But Custer will spend the supply to give himself a favorable column shift. There's now 15 to 20. No naval supports. No engineers for the attackers inside a fortress. Terrain. Custer's in clear terrain, so he'll get no shift for that. And that'll be it. No base shifts. So the final shift will be a 15 to 20 column. Let me see here. Yep, in favor of Custer. Was his shift. Alright. Kind of trying to keep it in the 3. Alright, Brazilian's firing with a 3. And Custer suffers his first losses of the war. 3 step losses. We will go 1, yeah, we'll do it that way. 2, 3, and that'd probably be most realistic if you were attacking a fortress anyway. That way we don't lose no units. And maybe in the next recruitment phase, we can fill out our losses. That'll be it. That is it for the battle Old Custer's going to be left outside the walls of Mexico City. In between a bunch of Confederates that probably want some payback. We'll be back. Well, Custer didn't make it. And there he is in his stacked glory. It is now the Imperial Turn. We'll be going through their phases. But, yep, gave it a little bit of a try. And here is the situation on the map. The big challenge in this game is how to overcome. It seems to be not insurmountable, but a pretty big task of repelling the Allies. That's the big challenge of this game, which makes it fun. It's pretty easy to see that the Allies definitely have the advantage to start off with. We'll see what kind of desperate stand we can make. Be back. Alright, my favorite time, the defenders, the Imperial phase for their events. We get a 3. And under the 3 is Confederados. Recruit and deploy 1 Confederate unit. That's all. And we get 4 on our action point. Alright, let me see what kind of Confederados we have here. Who we may want to deploy. Oh. Let me see, I guess it's old Shelby. Siskin with his cavalry. Yep. Or do we want an engineer? Oh, I don't control any fortresses we want to get yet. We'll go ahead with the cavalry. And we will look underneath the required deployment criteria. Oh. Alright. Yeah, this is good kids. Around here. There's no way you'd hopefully, or luckily, I don't know about luckily, but this is a child-free environment. So, yeah, we don't worry about things getting knocked over too much around here. But yeah, I can see where it would be a almost impossible task. Alright, that is their event. We'll be right back. Alright, well, the only spot I thought about deploying them down here. Can't deploy them here or can't deploy them there. Why? Because they're in the Custer zone of control. So we will deploy them with old Shelby or Early. And Confederates pouring on in for the fight to come. We're back. Alright, counting up the Imperial leaders on the map. We have 1. We have 2. We have 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. And that's it. That is it for Imperial leaders. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I believe that is it for the Imperial leaders. And then we get points for controlled ports, which we only have 1. So that'll be 6. Oops, my mistake. 7, 8. Alright, that will be it for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, they only get 12. Whereas the Allies maxed out at 15. Gotta get some of those ports there, guys. Oh, I think that is it. We will now buy us, or rather, recruit us some units. We'll be right back. I think the first order of business is to restore these units in Mexico City to full strength. That is 1 action point per, so that'll be 1. Oop. And then I got the camera on my hand. My hand's gonna get all cockshy and mess up. Alright, that's 1. Here's another 1, 2. And the last one is 3. I'll make sure I check those again to make sure those prices were right, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 per. That'll be minus 3 action points. Ooh, look at Custer. I get him straightened up. Alright, bad night on the town. Oh, Armstrong. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Minus 3, 1, 2, 3. Check out those prices again. We'll be right back. We can look into here. Oh, that was those are regiments, weren't they? Yeah, regiments. Restore, reduce, brigade, regiment, full strength, 1 over there. The other one that costs 2 is the U.S. divisions. Alright, so we're good on that one. We've got 9 action points left. We'll be right back. Alright, I believe the best course of action for the Imperials is to just build up. So we're going to try to get us a leader on the board, help us with the action point recruitment, our totals. And we're going to get us this new French unit. That's the hypothetical unit, they say. I'll give you a little bit of history on him here in a second. Yeah, where are we at here? There you go. The Imperial player can recruit the Chat P unit only in 1866 turns. It's February right now, so we're in a month into it. Game turn 5 to game turn 9 inclusive. This is a hypothetical unit armed with the new chasspot bolt action or other rapid fire rifles. So we'll go ahead and give us one of them. That'll be 7 action points. Then we'll grab us a tactics and a supply unit. And that'll be it. That'll be 7, 8, 9. That'll take care of the Imperial action points. And as you can see, there won't be no marches. We need to build up. And hopefully we get some more action points. But yeah, that's why we definitely wanted to get at least a leader on there. But yeah, that'll be it. Let me go ahead and deploy. Now, one thing about the French is we can't bring them in. We can only bring them in on a port. We can't bring them in on a port when it is Allied naval superiority. So we'll have to bring the French in to the old Imperial staging area. And we'll use our tactics marker up here with our available. We will deploy our supply. I like to put him in there with Bazine, but we can't do that because he's in a zone of control. So we'll put him in here with old Early. Giving him 2 supply. And that will be it for the turn number 6. Make sure we're doing everything right here. I think we're ready to turn the turn marker. Ooh, Imperial phase. Recruit, no march. We recruited. Nothing left for march, nothing left for combat. It's a good old sustainment phase. And the Imperial player. You know what? We didn't do sustainment for old Custer. You gotta sustain yourself, Custer, and you gotta lose yourself a supply point to keep them from suffering from attrition. So I think he's the only one that's out in the open. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, the only other units are the partisans, and they don't have to check for supply. So we're up to date on that. Now for the Imperial sustainment. I don't see anybody really left out in the open except for this unit right here. Oh, he'll have to roll for sustainment. Yep, be right. All right, it's the old Imperial Mexican Guard cavalry. They are in the jungle. You see the jungle woods. We'll come all the way over here to the supply attrition die roll to fail. All right, jungle. They need a 3, 4, 5, or 6. They fail. Huh. 1 or 2 to stay out of harm's way. If they roll 1 or 2, they scrounged up some monkeys or lizards in the jungle. So looking for a 1 or 2. 4. All right, well, they're going to take a hit. We'll be back and find out what the losses are. All right, well, there you go. The old guards suffered some units to disease and hunger out there in the jungles. Who left us out there is what they're saying. They're screaming like the old Russians in Ukraine. You abandoned us. All right, what we got going on here? That'll be it. Now it'll be time to turn the old turn marker. Let's look over here. Make sure. Imperial combat, Imperial sustainment in the turn phase. We are moving the marker to turn 7. It's now March 1866. Getting into the hot season. And going to get really hot. I wonder if they have any now. In August and September, you got to roll for weather. We didn't do that yet, so I guess the weather's fine now, but get some shitty months then, huh? But yeah, I would figure campaigning season would definitely be in the winter in this inhospitable land. Alright. We got units in the staging area. They couldn't be deployed yet, I don't believe. Let me check that real quick before we go on to the next turn. Be right back. Alright, well, I guess they're going to have to move. They're just deployed into the staging area. Hopefully they won't have to move and have naval superiority, or else they're stuck there. So that kind of sucks. They've only known that. Well, there's time to get those units on the board anyway. I guess I could have got some other Imperial Mexican units, or some Confederinos, or some Belgians. But that's where we are with that. We're going to go ahead and call this a video, and I might record later. I think we're going to call this a session for this game right here, and we'll be back. We got some Midway Solitaire and some fantasy baseball picks to be studying for. That'll be it for this little episode of Rio Grande War. We'll be back.